and the little book's at the bottom. And so I'm asking her where everybody is, and she's telling me that they're fasting for the entire day because this is, I forgot the name of what's happening, but it's 3 weeks when something happened, a war, the temple was destroyed and all that. So on the first day, everybody has to fast from sun up till sundown. And then I said, is it Ramadan? And she said, no, we're not Jewish. And I meant to say Rosh Hashanah. And I said, I thought that was in September. She said, no, it's this. So I said, okay. So as she was explaining to me, she said, this is what we have to do because it's like mourning. And I said, oh, so it's like sit and shiva. And she said, yeah, exactly. I said, okay, cool. So now she says, this is what I want with the books. And so she starts taking things off the shelf. And I say, no, don't take them off the shelf because I need to know the order. So I take my phone out and I take pictures from a distance. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm going to do first shelf and then you can come back and see. And so she said, the books are in chronological order. I said, okay, cool. So I forgot they read right to left in Hebrew. So number one, all the titles of these books are in Hebrew, and some of them are numbered and some of them aren't numbered. And so I spent a good hour and a half or maybe even 2 hours rearranging these books, treating them with dignity and respect, embracing diversity, understanding the importance of these books. A couple of times I rearranged them wrong, and it was like, you put it in chronological order for us, and you got to put it the other way. And so my point is that because of the principles of real leadership, because Nola went to school with Hasidic Jews and understands Mormons too, it's a religious group of people here, I was able to treat their books with dignity and respect and put everything like they wanted it. They made a couple adjustments based upon now that they could see them all together. And that's what real leadership is. So here you have this African-American woman from Detroit who was raised Baptist, who is now just Christian non-denomination, and who's able to say, oh, it's not Ramadan because that's in September, it's Rosh Hashanah, but how could that be? And then she's telling me about this new one, and then I'm like, oh, so it's like sit and shiva. And I'm having this conversation with her, and then she's like, yeah, that's that, because of embrace diversity. That's what real leadership is about. Nola being able to read in theory in Chinese and being able to treat people, because we have people from all different backgrounds here, treat them with dignity and respect to the point where they feel human. We had another Korean client the other day helping her make some decisions, and she gave us some Korean coconut juice. She was like, it's good, it's not too sweet, right? And before that, we had a Hispanic client, and they left us in the house and was like, snacks are in the refrigerator, make sure you take your snacks and all of this. So we had this global experience right here in Las Vegas, which some people still call the Mississippi of the West, because of real leadership. And that's what God, higher power in the universe, and your higher power wanted us to do, was to work together to make the world a better place. Work together. What difference does a difference make? Embrace diversity and be our best at what we need to do. And so they have people, the couple yesterday, they have people, because they have this very expensive set of books, people from Temple come and look at the books and gather the information, and now it's in order. So we made a difference yesterday. And now her grandchildren who are transitioning into bigger beds now have a place to sleep when they go to grandma's house. That's how we need to be in existence in the world. We don't need to be fighting each other. We don't need to be mad at each other. And that's why handling conflict when it occurs is so important. And that's why I couldn't find the information, because people aren't really trying to handle conflict when it occurs. But when it occurs and you resolve it, you got peace that surpasses all understanding, and everybody walks away with a win-win. That's what this is about for me. And is it hard as hell? Yes. Last Wednesday, did I lose my mind because I was fucking exhausted? Absolutely. It's so hard because it's 200,000 years of people behaving neurologically one way, and now they need to behave neurologically in a different way. They can embrace technology and cars and everything else because that's immediate gratification. But they got to change this up here. And that's why it's taking so long. In my opinion, it's taking too damn long. Because you got to fix you first up here. You got to create. You have to create. In a world where consumption wins, you got to create the neural pathways yourself. You have to do it yourself, independent of anybody else. And so we are the early adopters. And we are changing the world one neural pathway at a time. And that's got to make you feel good where you are. You're changing your community. You're changing your family. You're stuck in your stands. You're changing them because you're changing. Kevin, after 40 years, you're changing. And the impact that you have on the amount of people that you come in contact with, Lola, you too, we're changing the world. And that's bigger than anything that you could put in your bank account, any AI, any house that people live in, or anything else. We're changing people, finally. And that's why I wake up every day and do this regardless of how I feel.